Greetings and welcome to the New Black Media Podcast, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Before we get into today's podcast, we're going to cite the fair use disclaimer where under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allows us fair use for criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. And with that, alright family, today's podcast is about the untimely death of Kevin Samuels, who transitions at the age of 57. Kevin Samuels was a YouTube personality with 1.4 million subscribers on his platform, mostly women who called on his platform on a daily basis. This man has been written about in mainstream, need I say, lamestream media, where they have used words like polarizing, and then just like sock puppets, you got black looking people running around saying the same thing, that Kevin was polarizing. Kevin wasn't polarizing. Kevin spoke the truth about the black family. He spoke against black men as well as black women. It was, I believe, his comments on black women that have made the fire turn into an inferno. He spoke about the value of women at certain ages, and he spoke about their weight, oftentimes their hair, and many different people do that, especially rappers, these rappers especially. But it appears that in our community, in black community that is, and need I say black life, because I've heard even immigrants speak on this subject matter. I believe we all have different issues and different concerns about Kevin Samuels. I like to remember people for the positive, and I've been raised that way, to look at the positive things that people do, as I do in myself. And so when I hear all this vitriol and so much negativity, especially about the dead, tells me that you can't find anything good in yourself. Maybe it's because you yourself are rotten to the core. People don't like to hear the truth, and especially when the truth is given, people want to turn that off. It doesn't matter when you turn it off, it doesn't remove the truth. There you have that. So while everyone has a right to their opinion, which everyone does, everyone has a right to your opinion. You don't have to cry over his funeral, because I'm not. I'm not crying, but I know whether I like him or not, I'm not going to go to different people's platforms where I see his name, especially if I don't like him, where I see his name and then just start ragging on the person. Unless I'm trolling, of course. I might do that to the white supremacists, but I definitely wouldn't do it to my brother or my sister. And while I'm on that point, I've made this comment on several different platforms that for so many of you who have this negative vitriol, especially black women, how would you feel black men going to say someone like the infamous Cynthia G? How would you feel if we went to her platform, God forbid, if something happened to her and black men went in on her? You would find it so foul and so disgusting, and then most of you who are doing it now, you would all of a sudden act holier than thou. You know, like how Christians do. They point their fingers at other people and they act holier than thou. And then you turn the corner and you see them doing every single sin that they try to point their fingers at other people. I get tired of that. And here on this platform, I've mentioned this before. Let me remind you. This is the New Black Media, where we speak the truth and nothing but. So, back to my point. While everyone has a right to their opinion, I find it ugly. And you know, God don't like ugly. When you go to someone's platform talking about someone that they may like, or that they're showing their respect and honor to, you go to their platform and you don't like the person and you're up in their chat talking shit about them, about the person who's deceased. Who does that? Do you have parents? Who raised you? I find it disgusting that you do that. Yeah, you have a right to your opinion, but you do that? I don't care about you crying. You don't have to cry. That's not the point. It's the fact that you are so low that, again, to remind you, you can't even find the good in yourself to find in the person who's deceased, who's no longer here to talk for themselves. It reminds me of how the Europeans do and how they did to our brother Michael Jackson, for instance, and so many other black males. And so back to the lamestream media and their headlines talking about Kevin Samuels was a polarizing person. You sock puppets who look like me, you're running around saying the same thing. You're just as bad as they are. Just as bad. So let me remind you too, because I remember this scripture. It goes, judge not, lest ye be judged. You sitting out here acting just like the Europeans. Europeans. Despicable. So I'm not going to say much more about this other than the other thing I found pretty foul was how Kevin Samuels' mother and family found out about his death through social media. God damn. This is coming back to haunt us all. Sure is. Anyways, I'm going to end this video off. I think I mentioned the things I wanted to mention. Oh, no. One last thing. There was a caller. I was listening to Jason Black today, the Black Authority. Shout out to him. He has a great platform. On the business platform, I was listening to him, and on that platform, let me go back to there so I could tell you the facts here. On that platform, he has 52.9 thousand subscribers, almost 53,000 subscribers. And congratulations on that feat. That's a major feat. But this caller who called in was talking about that. He was a babbler. This guy was just babbling, womp, 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 just babbling. And there were some commenters who called him a diaper babbler. That you guys are hot. You guys are so funny. You guys are off the chart. Just funny. But anyways, this guy was babbling on and on and on and on, and Jason had me laughing because he had the blah 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 emoji, and just it was funny. But well, funny but not funny. Not funny because in this state of war that we're in, we are listening to nonsense. But this guy, anyways, on point, this guy was trying to make a point to Jason Black, but he couldn't get it out quite right. I kind of got the gist of what he was saying, so I'm going to try to articulate it the best way I can. I don't care whether Jason answers to it on this podcast or not. That's not the point. The point is, I just want to bring up the fact that I got what he was saying. I'm going to repeat it here for the way that I heard it. This caller, this blabber, who was calling rather, I hate to refer to him as that, but he was babbling and babbling and babbling and babbling. He called and he asked Jason, he said, Jason, why would somebody like Kevin Samuels, with his platform of 1.4 million subscribers, why would he humble himself down and call someone with a platform of 52.9 thousand subscribers, like your channel? Basically, that's what he was asking. Why would somebody like a Kevin Samuels with 1.4 million subscribers call somebody and ask for any kind of consultation or advice when you only have 53,000 subscribers? That was the question. Maybe Jason didn't like the question. It doesn't matter. The guy was babbling. That was the gist of what he was babbling about. Thanks a lot for tuning in to the New Black Media, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. We'll see you in the next podcast. I'm out.